It's another year and another dev cycle for Madden. And in this year, they have a new slogan, like they always do, to try to get people into the game. And their marketing tactics are great. They are really good at putting great visuals and selling people things about the new game to make people feel like the game is something new, something different. And it's always a reminder every year whenever Madden comes close to release time. You know, we're in June right now, so we're early. They've been giving out beta codes to people. Twitter's going crazy with people hating on Madden, people loving Madden, people that hated Madden now love Madden, people giving out codes to people asking if they want codes. And, you know, it's the same circus that happens every single year. And the sad thing about it is the game, although I wish it to be this great football simulation, it's not. It's just not going to be. And I hate to ruin everybody's party. And I hate to be the guy that's down. I think there are plenty of people out there who are down on Madden and have been down on Madden for a long time. And I want to go through this video very quickly. And I also want to show you guys a game that I just downloaded. I haven't even played it yet that I want to mess around with. But I'm going to probably skip through this. But the point, I wanted to do a video. And I thought to myself, okay, let's just talk about Madden real quick. And I wanted to see what they were up to. I heard this thing called Field Sense, and I just watched the video. And I've been watching other videos out there like Angry Joe's rant videos, which are always hilarious because he's really entertaining and he does not sugarcoat anything. And I know people want a football game. I know people are dying for NFL and college as well. And the thing that stinks about this whole entire cycle that we live in is that every single year, people have to understand this is the same exact game. EA is not going out and making a brand new football game. That is economically and just financially a disaster for the company if they were to choose that route. They're not going to do that. We've had plenty of videos about Madden, how they can do parallel dev cycles, keep their current cash flow coming in while they work on the same game every year and add a few things to monetize the game and add features that really don't make the game any better because the core is the core. You've added just a history of layers of band-aids and cheap tricks and techniques to try to make the game look and feel somewhat cohesive on the field, but also covering up and introducing an endless amount of bugs, an endless amount of unrealistic situations. And you end up with a game that, and I can probably just play this while I'm talking. Let's just do that. Um, this game here is nothing that's going to be dramatically new. It is literally impossible for them to take the old game, dig out all of the on-field problems, and put something brand new. They're adding in new animations. They're adding in some cool, quote unquote, cool, innovative marketing things to the game. But they're also revamping things that we've had in the game for so long. The way that you can place the pass with your left stick, we've had that forever. The only game that did it that was somewhat more controlled and it was just a little bit too advanced was the name is NFL Fever. NFL Fever, the name almost escaped me, but NFL Fever did it. And it's innovative and it gives you way more control, but it's also very, very, very challenging and complicated to pull off. So that type of feature really is hard to do, to get to work into a game. The way they're doing it here looks like they're trying to do some sort of mixture between what NFL Fever did and just leading with your left stick like you do in every other game. All Pro Football, you can do that. NFL 2K5, you can do that. and it's just been there for a long time. Mid-air tackles, I don't know what that is. If you watch, here's the thing. Here's the way that I judge Madden. And by the way, I'm not even judging it. I'm way too um experienced with the game to even think for a second that this game is going to be anything different. And every year, I don't expect it to be different because I know what they have here. They have a multi-million-dollar business that makes them so much money. They don't need to revamp the entire game. They don't need to pull the plug on the game and start over because the game sells. It sells to everyone, and everyone will continue to buy the game. It's a partnership with the NFL. They have a good thing going. People want the game. They have fun with it. I get it. For me, I look at the graphics. They look pretty. I look at the animations. They look horrible. The way the players move, the way the game looks, it looks exactly the same as every other game I've ever seen for Madden for the past decade and over a decade. And, it's sad because I actually went out, I made my own game. I think it plays pretty damn well for what it is. I've even thought about making a 3D football game because I love football. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next while Legend Bowl's being ported, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I know that making a game that looks like this as an indie developer is damn near impossible, but you never really know. You never know where this is going to take me. And I love football games. I'm in the process right now of trying to figure out what to work on next while the game gets ported to consoles. I would love, 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 love to make a football game that satisfies people that want a 3D experience. And the NFL license is always going to be a barrier. It's going to be something that people have to deal with either not having in a game, or maybe they unlock it one day and other games can include the license. I don't know. But I think it's hilarious to see all the things that people do on Twitter and all the things that people are saying. I just watched one video here, one clip where this guy was basically saying that this is the best, like the game feels like a brand new simulation game. And I'm going to pull it up for you very quickly if I can find it, because I would love to hear what this guy has to say when the game finally comes out. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic here. I just know enough about technology. I know enough about EA, and I know enough about Madden to know that this ain't gonna be anything great. So let's just take a look here.
Like seriously. And for whatever reason, like I don't know what got into EA. Like seriously, I don't know what got into them.
It's
This
kind of
feel
low,
sense,
so just bear with it.
it's something connected with the feel sense, and I don't know everything. I'm not an engineer or anything, but this feel sense, this new system, has this game feeling refreshing. Having this game feel so good to play. It plays like a real football game. You have to play legit now.
He just said, and you could, and this is what's sad. I don't know who this person is, and credit to his video here, for doing something. I don't know who he is, like I said, but you guys can take a look at the video and see who he was. But you could tell he's an avid Carolina Panthers fan. He's got all the gear on. This guy is trying to find a game, find a way to play a football game with his Panthers. He just got done saying, let's hear what he said again.
Ball game. You have football game. It's like a real football game.
So it
You
plays like a
have
real football
to
game.
play legit now.
You have to play legit
Will there
now.
be a sports? I'm sure there will be.
And it's like people are playing the beta, and I just don't know how people can play the game and play this same, like the game looks identical. 99% of it is the same. I don't understand. And, people are giving away beta codes. Like I said, here's mine saying if you're not happy with it, go check out my game. And my game's not a competitor to Madden. I can't compete with Madden. I get that. And trust me, my sales don't compete with Madden. The game's doing very well for what it is. And I appreciate all of the support from everybody. I do. I wish I could compete with Madden. I wish there was a way I could make a game that would compete on a 3D level with Madden. But I just don't have that firepower right now. We'll see what happens in the future. But the thing is, this is the same exact circus shenanigans that goes on every single year. People hate the game, then people see the game with some new marketing twists and slogans and these like catchy phrases, and it's like, okay, we got a brand new game. Oh wow, they're listening. Somebody made them listen. They're doing something different. I just don't think people understand the magnitude and just how much it takes to really change the core of this game. It's not going to happen. The only time it's probably going to happen is when we go to a new console and they have to do some porting of the old game, and then maybe you might see a fresh uh, upgrade to what we had before. I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing. This is a machine. This is a train that won't stop. It's a money making, $1 billion company. It's a monster. This thing will not stop. They hire people all the time to work on Madden. They try to find ways to resell the game every single year to the same people. And trust me, I hope that people love the game. They're going to go through exactly what they go through every year. They're going to get excited about the game. They're going to buy into things that are being sold to them. They're going to buy the game. They're going to buy MUT. They're going to do all those things. The game's going to get patches. People are going to start learning how limiting the game is and how buggy the game is. And they're going to start complaining. They're going to hate the game. And it becomes a love-hate relationship. And that happens every single year. So that's all I'm going to say this year about Madden. As far as I know, I don't plan on saying anything else. I am so strongly inspired to play a great football game. And I just wish Madden could do it. I wish that they could do it. And unfortunately, this year looks very close to last year from what I can see. And if you have fun with the game and you're finding great things with it, great. Have fun with it. For me, it's not going to work. So, what did I want to do? I wanted to just try this other game. I know this has nothing to do with Madden. I know that this game is not going to be what you guys want. I don't even know how it plays. But I'm thinking about what game I'm going to make next while the game's being ported. And as an indie game studio, you have to have multiple irons in the fire, right? Or whatever. You have to be able to sell games, period. You can't just rely on one game. If I had the sales of a game like Madden, we wouldn't be even talking, right? And this, I'm a fan of the games. I'm somebody who wants to make a quality experience for people, but I also know that football is one of those things where we are in some weird times for a long time now, where we only have one game and a lot of people aren't happy with it. So I need to make a game that I want to make. I love football. I'm dying to do something with football. I'm dying to continue Legend Bowl, and that's probably going to happen at some point. But as of right this moment, I have to pivot to something else, I think. We'll see. I've talked about this before in plenty of other videos, and the problem I'm having is I'm struggling with ideas. I'm struggling with, people say, oh, just make whatever you want. Just throw it on the wall and start making it. But that's not the way I work. I'm trying to make a living with this, right? I'm trying to make money, right? And I know that you can't really predict how much money you're going to make from a game idea. It's very hard to predict. But that game idea does need to fit a certain amount of check boxes for me. It has to fit in this square or whatever you want to call it. It has to fit my box. And the box needs to be, I have to be able to work on it as a solo indie game developer. I have to be able to get it done in a shorter amount of time for sure than I did with Legend Bowl. And I'm talking less than 1 year would be ideal. 2 years would be like way too long. But I'm thinking 6 months to a year would be great to make something. But I know it takes a lot of time. And also, what's the art style look like? What's the technology stack look like for the game? Can I handle coding this kind of game? Is it going to be too much for me? Am I going to be taking on way more than I can handle? So you have to look at all of those variables and say to yourself, what is a good fit in terms of scope, in terms of complexity, and also find a game that you think people would be interested in playing. And for me, I come back to, I want a quality experience. I think that if you make something of quality, you may not make millions of dollars, but you should make enough to get by. Now, the word quality is different for everybody, right? So it may mean one thing to one person and another to another person, but at the end of the day, for me, I want the game to look beautiful. I want the game to play like engaging. I want you to feel like you're having fun. I want you to feel like you have a challenge. I have never played this game here. It's called Graveyard Keeper. Okay. I just downloaded it. I just purchased it. It was on sale. Picked it up on GOG for $9.99. Pick it up if you want. And I'm just going to mess around here because what I've been thinking about doing is playing a game where you use your mouse and your keyboard. I don't have to worry about porting it to consoles. I can make something that is different and fun, and something where I might have to read this as we go here. Let me read. So I want to keep my focus. So I think this guy's walking home and I think he gets hit. I think I've seen this before. Yeah. So this is a story-based type of game. It's an RPG crafting game. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking of making a game. Thinking of making a game where you're basically. I was thinking about doing like a groundskeeper game where you're on a golf course and you're the groundskeeper, kind of like Caddyshack, with Bill Murray. You're that guy, but in a more serious fashion where you're like managing the course. And in this game, I think you're managing a graveyard. So there's a lot of talking in this game though, but I love pixel art. I love the idea of pixel art, and I would love to make a game where, like I said, you're using your keyboard, your mouse, and you basically have like a little shop here. Like this is like little hut, right? And you walk around, you complete tasks, you talk to people, you move with the mouse and keyboard. The graphics look a little weird when I move. It looks like they're a little blurry for me. I don't know why. But I love the graphic style. I love pixel art, like I said. But what if you're this guy and you're, as an example, I like golf, right? I like sports. What if you are this groundskeeper guy and you have to maintain a course? You live on the course. You have your own little house on the course. And you have to basically do some work. And it could be a different type of game. It could be a different hobby. It could be like fishing, or maybe you're taking care of some little, I don't know, some kind of a job that you have where you're managing it. And I wanted to try this game out. I'm not going to go through it now because it's too long. I'm going to get off the video in a second, but I'm going to play around with it. But I'm trying to do some exploration and research with other games and what I can do. Football right now is on pause. Go buy Legend Bowl if you want to support it. If you want to play a different game and you want to have some fun, go check it out. It's on PC only. But it is coming to consoles. We are working on that heavily, and I'm in a little bit of a pocket here where I have to figure out what I'm going to do next. And I have a hard time not working on football. I have a hard time not working on Legend Bowl. I would love to make a 3D version of Legend Bowl. I was thinking about that yesterday, and I'm like, what if I tried to do that? What would it take? Who would I need to hire? How could I pay for that? How could I support that? How could I fund that? Who would I get to do the art? How much work would it be? Can I do it? Would it be good enough? All those questions go through my mind constantly, because I know that my passion is making a football game. My passion has grown from Madden and not having other options, and being in the boat that many of you are, where you're just not satisfied, right? You want something different. Legend Bowl is a great game. I'm not saying don't go get Legend Bowl, don't try Legend Bowl, but I know that Legend Bowl may not cater to every audience. And I also know that Legend Bowl is not a direct competitor to Madden. And I'm really not even trying to compete with Madden. I don't want to do Madden. Too many people try to do Madden. I don't want to do Madden. I can't do Madden. I'll never be able to do Madden, at least not for a long time. Never say never, but it's probably unlikely, right? So what can I do? And so right now I'm exploring. If I start a project that I'm not committed to, I may learn a few things. I may learn some skills. I may be able to start, picking up on some tutorials or whatever and trying to learn different ideas and whatnot. Let me put that volume down. And I may get some progress, but I also feel like if I'm not committed to the project, or I don't feel like it's something that's worthy of my time, I really don't want to spend the time doing it. I've been playing around with a couple ideas, and I'm going to play this game, check it out, see if I can come up with some strategy. I also thought about making like a space trucker game where you're this spaceship and you're having to like transport goods from one person to the next, or one area to the next, and maybe like in between you have to find a way to survive and get there somehow, whether it be by avoiding combat, by having enough resources to fuel your ship all the way across, and kind of like FTL, where you're maintaining your ship, you're making sure that everybody's eating, everyone's has sleep, and piloting the ship. I mean, some kind of a strategy game is what I'm thinking about doing. And like I said, PC only is my thought, because I know that porting is a major undertaking, and for me to be able to do that is hard. I can't do that by myself. It's just too much, and I want to be working on games anyway. So if I can make something for the PC that sells a little bit, I might do that. But that's it. That's my what's going on right now. I wanted to give you guys just like a status update of where I'm at, what's going on. Go and check out Legend Bowl. If you have a beta code for a game like Madden and you want to try it, go for it. Do it. I'm not an enemy of Madden. I'm just not happy with it, and I want something more. And if I can't find it, I may make it. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any game ideas or you have any thoughts about my situation and what we're doing. It's a hard time when you finish a game and you don't know what to do next. It's a very it's just the commitment level that needs to happen there is significant. And for me to jump off the cliff and know that I'm going to finish this type of thing, I want to be as close to 100% committed as I can be, and I also want to make sure that it makes sense. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support. It's coming to console, so stay tuned. People keep asking, when is it coming? We're working on it. We're trying to do the best we can. We are planning to go to consoles this year, hopefully, and when it gets there, if you have a console, pick it up. All right, guys. Talk to you next time. Peace.